How to make a metal plate using SolidWorks. Making a metal plate for the lower jaw. This is not the model used in clinical practice. No rest seat has been made. The undercut can be reviewed in SolidWorks. However, it is unclear if it is possible to close the undercut. I tried to do a 0.3 mm relief on the lingual bony ridge in CAD. The mesh model is converted to a surface model. 3 patterns show the difference in reproduction depending on the fineness of the surface patches. Pattern 1. There are no errors in the operation itself, even in large patches. Overall, the model is unclear. Pattern 2. It is a moderate patch. The area around the cervix of the tooth seems slightly indistinct. Pattern 3. I made the patch finer. We adopted this pattern because in SolidWorks, finer patches allow for accurate mesh surface transformations, even on complex models. If you use sheet wax relief on the plaster model before scanning, you do not need to do relief on the CAD. The following shows how to relief the area of the bone ridge in CAD. Offset the corresponding portion of the surface model by 0 mm and extract the surface. Load the extracted surface in the mode of power surfacing and make it a referential mesh. This is then made to protrude 0.3 mm on the front and back sides. Let's look at the relief area with the feature active. Looking at the reverse side, the area corresponding to the relief rises from deeper than the extracted surface. This is so that the mandibular model and the relieved part can be integrated later with the command, combine. In order to ensure the integration, we overlap the reliefs by 0.3 mm. The created relief and the mandible model are united with the command, combine. Then save it once with the name, lower_dental_model, x_t. Open, lower_dental_model, x_t, and save it again with, lower_dental_model, sldprt. This is the file. Load the entire mandible model as a reference mesh in the mode of power surfacing. Create a surface with the area shown in this image offset by 0.2 mm on the backside. Creates the surface shown in the image on top of the offset surface. Twin clasps are attached to the left molar and acres clasp to the right bicuspid. Connect the left and right clasps with lingual bars. With the command, thicken, offset 1.3 mm to protrude past the surface. You can see the state of the face division. If you divide the surface too finely, the surface may wave or become bumpy when you edit it. The edges are still angular, but they can be edited to round the corners and adjust the overall thickness. Edited the shape. Finishing line was added on the right side of the lingual bar. Correct the thickness of the clasp and lingual bar. Round the top surface of the lingual bar. Pay particular attention to the thickness of the relief area. A support section is made on the right side of the metal plate for the resin to be attached. Extract the highlighted area with 0 mm offset from the mandibular model. Create an offset surface 0.4 mm inward from the offset surface. From the 0.4 mm offset surface, outward, the 0.8 mm thicken command creates a curved plate. Later, remove only the curved plate from the metal plate support section. The cross-section of the clasp should be semicircular. The finishing line section on the right side should be set so that the front and back are misaligned. The overall shape has been modified and edited. Subdivide the entire surface. In this case, the surface has been subdivided twice, so it is very detailed. After subdivision, if there are areas of concern, only those areas can be fine-tuned. Remove the mandible model from the metal plate using the Remove command in the Combine menu. When this method is used, the fit between the metal plate and the mandibular model is accurate. Create the support section of the metal plate on the right side. Remove the curved plate from the metal plate with the Remove command of the Combine command. In some cases, it is not possible to apply fillets as desired to shapes created with free-form surfaces. The modeling of the metal plate is finished. I put it back into the mandible model file I made in the previous step. The green area is the relief area. Measure the tip of the clasp. This is done by evaluate, measure. This is the result. If you are familiar with fabrication, you can tell if a clasp is acceptable or not just by comparing the size of the tooth and the clasp without having to take the trouble to measure.